Hey everybody, I wanted to do an update for 2024 and kind of look into 2025 as we near the last couple of months of 2024. A big election year, all kinds of things have been going on nationally and internationally. And I just first of all want to thank all of you who have been listening, tuning in, and helping support Spirituality Adventures. I'm so grateful. It's been an awesome 3 years now that I've been doing Spirituality Adventures. I've been blogging, podcasting, and doing events now with Spirituality Adventures for 3 years. I also have a very faithful core group of people who support us, and I want to give you a big thanks for that. And then thousands of people who tune in and listen and have benefited from what we're doing at Spirituality Adventures. First of all, just give you a big picture update. In 2024, we've already had over 70,000 downloads or streams of our podcasts, blogs, and all of that. And so that's pretty impressive. Like, our reach is growing, and we've seen it grow steadily each year, and we're grateful for all of those who listen and share and help support Spirituality Adventures. We also have a little over 2,800 subscribers. Now, most of those subscribers are free subscribers, and a very small portion of those are a part of our monthly support team or make one-time gifts. So thankful for all of those who subscribe and help support Spirituality Adventures. You know, the mainstay of Spirituality Adventures is the podcast that we've been doing. We've put out almost a podcast a week, except for just the last couple of months of the summer in 2024. My podcast producer, Matt Cox, moved out of town, and we took kind of a bit of a break, but we're going to be gearing back up to doing 2, 3, sometimes 4 podcasts a month again. And so you'll start to see a great guest lineup for next year, the end of this year, and 2025. So podcasting, blogs, I've gotten out a blog about once, maybe twice a month this year. And then I've also been working on a memoir. I actually completed a rough draft of a memoir. I'll start meeting with my editor regularly and starting in September to get that memoir out in maybe summer of 2025 is what I'm hoping for, as soon as possible. So a lot of my writing time and editing time, instead of the blogs, has gone to the memoir. But that's going to be an excellent, I think, resource, which will kind of tell my life story as I have gone through, Pastor Fred Southern Baptist, Pastor Fred Vineyard, Pastor Fred who went through a big meltdown, and now Pastor Fred who is, I like to say, a prodigal pastor, and you can kind of lean into that as we get into the memoir when it comes out. There's 4 communities that I'm working with, and Spirituality Adventures is involved in 3 of those communities. Number 1, the recovery community. I've been a part of the recovery community now for almost 5 years. Every week of my life, I have people reach out to me who are wrestling with addictions and alcohol and that kind of thing. And so one of the things that I do with Spirituality Adventures is work in the recovery community, and I work with hundreds of people every year who are wrestling with alcohol and drug addictions and that kind of thing. The second group is the meditation group. I've been doing a 2-year training with Tara Brock and Jack Kornfield, and I've done meditation events, classes, and we're going to continue to ramp that up. Some classes will be in person and some will be online. And that's another community that I am working with. And then the third community is the deconstruction community. The fastest growing spiritual demographic in America is called the nuns. That's not N-U-N-S, but that is N-O-N-E-S. Every year, 2 or 3 million people leave the church in America. And if they do a survey on your religious affiliation, they're going to check the nun box. And so I have been working with people in the deconstruction community who have rethought their faith, done an exit on the church. But we find that through groups like meditation, recovery, and other kinds of groups that are spiritual in nature, people are reconnecting with community, with love, and finding hope and freedom in their lives. The fourth group is the church, and that's a separate thing. I'm a part-time pastor at Living Water Christian Church. Another thing that's been interesting is I've been working with the queer community in Kansas City, and I've put out a number of podcasts in support of that community. I pastored LGBTQ plus people for over 30 years at Vineyard Church, and then currently do that at Living Waters Church. And what I've found is that, the Bible really doesn't speak out against that. I would encourage you to listen to my podcast, Unclobbered, or my podcast with Tom Ord, where we dealt with the LGBTQ plus issue, or my podcast with Paula Stone Williams. And here's some of my perspective on this. I think we need to rethink the Bible and really support this community that has been really hurt and wounded by the church in America today. So those are some of the things we're really looking forward to in 2025. Continue the podcast, continue the blogs, continue to get out the memoir, and then do events with meditation, deconstruction, and recovery. And so I appreciate your support. We've done studies. About 1% of the people who consume material on podcasts actually support the podcast. I'm grateful for all of you who do that, but let me challenge you to consider doing 3 things for us, okay, to help support Spirituality Adventures at the end of 24 and into 2025. All tax-deductible gifts, all gifts financially are tax-deductible. This is a nonprofit organization. So remember that. Your gifts, monthly gifts or one-time gifts, are tax-deductible. So if you haven't already joined the monthly support team, go to the website, spiritualityadventures.com, and support our team. Secondly, subscribe. Subscribe on however you listen to podcasts, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All of those people who subscribe really help us get the message out and increase the growth of Spirituality Adventures. And then the third thing is, when you like a podcast or like a blog, be sure and share it with your friends, post it on your social media. And that's super easy to do. Just hit that share button and do that. So that's kind of what's going on. We're excited about what's happening, and I appreciate all of your support, your listens, your shares, and your subscriptions. So continue to do that, and we look forward to the end of this year and look into 2025. Join the support team. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.